Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're not just scratching the surface. We're taking really quite an astonishing journey. It'll stretch your imagination across light years and, well, millennia.
Yeah, we're going deep.
We're going to peel back the layers on some truly extraordinary accounts. We're talking secret space programs, advanced alien contact, and even a glimpse into Earth's distant, almost unrecognizable future. We're sifting through a really captivating stack of sources today. We're focusing mainly on these fascinating testimonies from an audio excerpt of Cosmic Disclosure.
Right.
And our main guide for this deep dive is a former Air Force OSI agent, Richard Doty. He shares these incredible first-hand insights he got from conversations with a high-level astronaut, someone he just calls Ben.
And this isn't just theory, right? This is presented as an insider's view.
Exactly. It's an insider's perspective on events that could, fundamentally rewrite how we see ourselves in the universe.
What's really fascinating here, I think, is how these accounts weave together humanity's first steps into truly destructive power.
Right, the nuclear age.
Exactly. With the most mind-bending advanced technologies you can imagine. Technology that could literally rewrite our understanding of, well, everything. Our species' trajectory, our role in the cosmos.
We'll be looking really closely at the why and the how behind these interactions.
Yeah, and maybe most importantly, what these revelations might mean for us right here, right now, as we're sort of grappling with our own tech future and our place out there.
Our mission today is clear. Uncover the most important nuggets of knowledge from these rich, sometimes unbelievable sources.
Connect the dots.
Connect the dots between alleged alien contact, our own classified programs, and a future so far removed. It's almost beyond comprehension, really.
You're definitely in for some aha moments, maybe a few paradigm shifts.
I think so, too. So let's not wait another second. Let's unpack this incredible story. Okay, so let's set the stage.
Yeah.
Or maybe the galaxy. Our story begins not with a friendly hello, not some diplomatic mission.
No, nothing like Star Trek.
Huh. No, not even a scientific breakthrough, really. According to these accounts, humanity's grand entrance onto the cosmic stage was announced with a bang. A literal earth-shattering bang.
Imagine that, the quiet hum of the cosmos, then suddenly, boom, these massive explosions from this small blue planet.
And these weren't just local events. They were a signal, right? A profound signal. A new, powerful, maybe dangerous player had arrived.
That's such a crucial point. It totally flips the script on first contact, what would really announce our presence, undeniably, immediately.
Yeah.
And according to Doty's testimony, it wasn't our early space stuff or science or art. It was our power to destroy, specifically nuclear weapons.
The cosmic shout-out, a terrifying advertisement.
Exactly, that our planet developed a weapon maybe unseen elsewhere, or maybe even more telling. Long abandoned by others is just too unstable.
That's a chilling thought.
It really is.
And the sources really zeroed in on 1 year, 1945. Think about it, the Trinity test, that secret desert blast.
Unimaginable force.
And then, just 3 days later, 2 more dropped on cities. It wasn't gradual. It was sudden, huge. Humanity announcing itself with raw power.
And the significance is profound, almost existential. The speed, the scale. It wasn't seen as an invitation to war by these ET groups, apparently.
More like a reason to watch us closely.
Exactly. Intense scrutiny. Why is this civilization doing this? What threat or maybe opportunity do they represent? It suggests a kind of universal curiosity or maybe deep concern when any species gets that kind of power.
Especially when they use it like that, right out of the gate.
Precisely. The immediate aftermath must have been, well, intense observation from afar.
Okay, so from this advertisement, we jump to something much more specific, almost unbelievable. October 1959, Nevada desert.
Right, not just a sighting.
No, a physical craft crashes, and it belonged to an ET entity. This is tangible. Physical first contact. A whole new chapter begins.
And the details from Doty are quite specific. The Air Force moves in fast. They recover the craft, take it to Area 51.
Which was already running then, not just later.
Apparently so. Already operational as a secret R&D place. And the entity inside, they identified it as a Palladian from a specific star system in the Pleiades.
The Pleiades.
Yeah, described as incredibly rich, thousands of stars, countless planets, suggests a really advanced, widespread civilization. They nicknamed this individual J-Rod.
J-Rod, okay.
Now, it's important to clarify who J-Rod was, because you hear about Ebens, right? Often linked to Roswell, Corona.
Yeah, the little gray guys sometimes.
Right. But the source, Doty, is adamant. J-Rod was not an Eben. Explicitly identified as Palladian, different biology, different tech, a clear distinction made in the classified reports.
And here's where it gets really interesting, connecting the dots.
Yeah.
J-Rod, from a totally different civilization, different star system,
Right.
he apparently confirmed the exact same reason for being here as the Ebens supposedly had.
The nuclear explosions.
The huge explosions in 1945, the cosmic dinner bell, the signal that brought them here to investigate what we were up to.
Wow, like a universal neighborhood watch for dangerous tech.
It does sound like that, doesn't it? They weren't just curious. They were responding to a massive change in Earth's cosmic signature.
And the consistency across different ET accounts, Palladians, Ebenons, it really highlights the impact of those bombs. It suggests a universal awareness, maybe even a coordinated interest, in any species that suddenly wields that kind of power.
Maybe concern for galactic stability, not just us.
Could be. It's a stark reminder our actions don't happen in a vacuum.
So why should you, listening right now, care about some old alien crash from the 50s?
Because these first contacts, maybe accidental, weren't just isolated events locked away.
No, they had huge, long-lasting effects. They shaped our own tech, specifically our secret space programs, for decades. It wasn't just a discovery, it was a catalyst.
A massive one.
Okay, so contact is made, crash, recovery, J-Rod. What happens next? Do we just study him?
Well, it seems we went way beyond that. Instead of just observing or keeping J-Rod locked up, we started collaborating.
Collaborating with an alien.
That's the story. And this leads us to the Kronos program, humanity's alleged secret deep space exploration initiative. Apparently started with direct, though obviously secret, involvement from ET intelligence.
Our first real steps into interstellar space.
This is where you see that idea, knowledge is most valuable when understood and applied, really come alive. The Palladians, through J-Rod, became, well, instrumental. Maybe indispensable?
In shaping our secret off-world stuff.
Exactly. The insights from J-Rod, from his craft, from direct communication. They weren't just studied. They were rapidly integrated into our own space ambitions. It led to this almost unbelievable leap in tech, way beyond anything public.
We're talking advanced craft. Kronos 3 marked a huge leap, right? Around 1994.
Monumental leap. Kronos 1 and 2 were impressive for their time in the program, but Kronos 3, Ben, Doty's source, called it a brand new model, a revolution, not just an upgrade.
What made it so different, so revolutionary?
Okay, first, the propulsion and power systems. Completely different from 1 and 2, implies a radical departure from conventional physics. Not bigger rockets, but a whole new paradigm. Maybe space-time manipulation, zero-point energy. Who knows?
Wow, okay. What else?
Second, and this is maybe the most mind-bending part, the outer skin. Kronos 1 and 2 reportedly had this too, but Kronos 3's living organism skin was even more advanced, more integrated.
A living spaceship skin.
Yeah, not just a coating. An integral, responsive, maybe even sentient part of the craft.
Yeah?
Able to adapt, interact with its environment.
How does that even work? A living ship, it sounds like pure sci-fi.
It does, doesn't it? But according to the account, it was real. Imagine a craft that can self-repair, adapt to different atmospheres, radiation, by literally changing its composition, maybe even act as biological sensors.
It changes everything about how we interact with tech. It's not just a tool anymore.
It's a partner. An extension of us, responds, learns, anticipates. It's a whole philosophical shift about what a machine even is.
And the upgrades didn't stop there.
No. Kronos 3 held 6 astronauts, up from 2. Bigger capacity for longer missions, maybe larger science teams.
Okay.
But the most incredible upgrade, truly fantastical, was the ability for the astronauts to communicate directly with the craft, even the living skin, and something called the 4-vector longitudinal pathway device.
Yeah.
Purely through consciousness.
The consciousness, I mean, thinking at it.
That's what it implies. No buttons, no levers, a seamless thought-based interface. The craft responding to mental commands, intentions, maybe even emotion.
And this 4-vector thing, what's that sound like?
Sounds like mastery over space-time. Manipulating dimensions, creating warp fields or wormholes, not just moving fast, but bending space. Physics beyond our current grasp.
Flying a spaceship with your mind?
Yeah.
In the 90s, the training alone.
Must have been immense. The source says astronauts had to literally meld mind with the living skin, operate it through focused intention. And Kronos 1 was reportedly used as a training model for this mind melding, practicing this incredible mental interaction before getting into the interstellar Kronos 3. It's not just a job, it's profound, almost spiritual.
The shift from physical controls to consciousness. It's hard to even picture. It blurs the lines between life and tech. The craft isn't inert, it's an extension of the pilot's mind.
Suggests a deep understanding of biophysics, neuroscience, maybe even stuff we'd call parapsychology, far beyond public science. Consciousness itself as energy, as information interacting with advanced systems, it redefines piloting.
It really makes you ask, what does it mean for tech to be alive?
Mm.
A sentient extension of our thoughts. How does that change our relationship with our tools, from inert matter to symbiotic partners?
Exactly. It challenges our definition of technology itself.
So armed with Kronos 3, this living mind-controlled ship, they went on a mission that sounds like pure sci-fi.
Absolutely. A true leap into the unknown. Destination. A mysterious portal somewhere between Earth and Venus.
Not just another place.
No. Another time. What they found on the other side. It challenged everything about humanity's future, our resilience, our ultimate place.
This part of the story really hits home, doesn't it? The long-term consequences of our actions, writ large across time.
It forces you to think cosmically. The objective. Enter this portal, this gateway to another epoch. When they exited, they weren't just somewhere else. They were 80,000 years in the future.
80,000 years. Just to say it again, it's almost meaningless. It's so fast.
And impossible to grasp.
And what they discovered, utterly shocking. They looked out. The sun was still there. Mars looked familiar.
That Earth.
Gone. Simply gone. No moon either. This isn't a minor change. It implies a catastrophe on a monumental scale. Our home planet vanished.
They checked carefully. The sun was fine, but Earth and its moon, absent, horrifyingly absent.
So it wasn't the sun dying.
No. Something specific to Earth. What was it? Environmental collapse. A rogue object. Self-inflicted, the source doesn't say. But it forces us to confront the risks we face now. Could it be avoided?
In Earth's place.
Hmm.
These several life spheres, what were they? New planets?
Something far stranger. Huge, transparent spheres, each containing a ball inside that would look something like Earth, floating where Earth used to be.
Artificial.
Totally artificial. Giant biodomes, the outer sphere acting as environmental control, nurturing a planet-like environment inside, containing life.
So humanity survived.
Yeah.
Inside these things.
That was the understanding. Built to transfer Earth's population after the catastrophe destroyed the original planet. There were a number of them, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Each sustaining remnants of humanity, an ecosystem designed for survival.
And Kronos 3 went inside one?
Yeah, directed through an open, like a window, a managed gateway into this new artificial world. Incredible tech in itself.
Okay, picture it. You land inside this sphere 80,000 years from now, where Earth was.
Yeah.
What do humans look like? What have we become?
The descriptions are startling. Smaller in stature, still recognizably human-looking, basically, but...
Yeah.
Robotic acting. Yeah, mechanically functioning was another term used, like disciplined, programmed behavior. It makes you wonder.
Transhumanism, synthetic evolution, DNA tweaking for survival.
The source didn't confirm exactly, but implied a massive shift beyond our current understanding of human nature. One speculation mentioned was 5 strands of DNA mixed with artificial intelligence.
5 strands, wow.
A fundamental reengineering. Maybe transhuman, posthuman, and the environment was different too, higher oxygen, around 26% or more. Astronauts had to adjust. This likely influenced their adaptations too.
Were they hostile?
No, benevolent. And somehow, they recognized Kronos 3 as being from the past. How isn't clear. Advanced sensors, historical records.
The communication barrier must have been immense. 80,000 years.
Yeah.
English would be unrecognizable.
Totally. It needed an advanced intermediary from their society to speak more down to our level of understanding, and it was verbal, not telepathy, trying to bridge that gap, like talking to a caveman about quantum physics, maybe worse.
The fact they could bridge it says a lot about their capabilities, though.
Absolutely. Sophisticated translation, understanding historical context, incredible cognitive skills.
Okay, you go 80,000 years into the future, you don't come back empty-handed. What did they bring back? Relics? Knowledge?
They collected a few things, each one a tantalizing glimpse. Plant life, soil samples, similar to Earth's, but with a different growth factor.
Makes sense with the higher oxygen.
Right. They also got a text device, like a tablet, similar to one found from a different 4,000-year future contact, interestingly, hints at a consistent tech lineage.
But the really wild thing, the pen.
Ah, yes, the logic stick. Initially, they thought it was just a fountain pen, but it was far, far more advanced. It could write into the air.
Right into the air. Okay, let's stop there for a second. A pen that writes in the air. No screen, no paper, no projector. You just gesture or think. And words appear, floating there, visible.
That's the description. No physical medium needed. A direct manifestation of thought or data. Visible script, just hang in there.
What could you do with that? Communication. Real-time data, interactive displays, art, education, military briefings, just leaving notes. It's mind-boggling.
It's not just convenience, is it? It fundamentally changes our relationship with information, manifesting concepts in your immediate environment, not just on a screen.
Shared space.
Exactly. Imagine brainstorming, everyone writing ideas into the air together. Teachers illustrating complex 3D models, students can walk around. Architects sketching buildings clients can virtually tour. Surgeons drawing incision plans in 3D right above the patient.
Military commanders visualizing battles in real-time 3D.
Artists sculpting with light. It implies a sensory and cognitive shift. Direct creation in thin air.
And we struggled to even understand it back then.
It took a long time, post-1994, to even begin analyzing it. Its existence points to a future where tech is seamless, intuitive, almost an extension of consciousness, blurring thought and manifestation.
That is truly incredible. And the whole mission, future trip and back, only 9 months, for them and for Earth.
Right. Both perspectives suggests really advanced temporal mechanics with the portal travel, not just space travel, but time travel, somehow reconciled. Maybe Palladian physics understanding made that possible without paradoxes or aging issues.
So if humanity survives Earth's destruction, becomes these robotic acting beings in spheres, what does that say about our drive to continue, our resilience,
our capacity for radical transformation?
and that simple logic stick?
Yeah.
How would that change your daily life, your work, learning, expression? It forces you to rethink the limits of human potential, tech innovation, and our sheer will to survive. Okay, so after that mind-bending trip to the future, the Kronos program didn't stop. It kept going, pushing boundaries even further.
Right. The next iteration, Kronos 4, another astonishing leap. And this craft took Ben Doty's swords on his very first mission outside our solar system.
Where'd they go?
To the home of our initial contact, J-Rod. To the Pleiades star cluster.
Wow, full circle.
This part connects those early accidental interactions with, well, truly collaborative interstellar travel. It shows progression not just in tech, but in the scope of our ambition, engaging with other civilizations on their home turf, an almost unimaginable step.
Kronos 4 launched around 2004. Ben described it as going from a 28 Ford to a 2004 Mercedes. That's a huge leap. What made it so special?
The upgrades were significant and reflected even deeper Palladian collaboration. It wasn't just built after Kronos 3, it was built with direct help from J-Rod and his home planet.
So Palladian tech integrated from the ground up.
Presumably. Advanced materials, design principles. One key innovation, fawns.
Fawns? Like baby deer?
No. Fully robotic, remote-piloted vehicles. Deployed from Kronos 4 to a planet's surface while the main ship stayed in orbit. Expanded exploration, survey hazardous places without risking humans. Advanced scouts, basically.
Smart.
Also that portal travel disorientation, the pixelization, they found a way to mitigate it by putting the astronauts into a medically induced sleep during transit. Smoother, less traumatic, safer journey through those anomalies. And Ben experienced this firsthand on his first mission with 5 other astronauts.
And his training. You mentioned it was off-planet, where? Mars, the moon.
He confirmed off-planet training, but then caught himself, said he made a mistake using the word planet, wouldn't reveal where.
So secret bases somewhere else.
Suggests highly classified installations. Mars, moon, asteroid base, maybe even J-Rod's world or another Palladian outpost, far from prying eyes, where they could build, test, train.
And the destination. J-Rod's home system, the Pleiades. Theta star, specifically.
Right. The portal was picked up near Jupiter, apparently. Now, whether J-Rod was on this return trip, shrouded in secrecy, but heavily implied.
If you could take an alien contact home after years of collaboration.
You probably would, right?
You'd think so. Facilitate that return.
So they get to the Pleiades. J-Rod's home system. Did they land? Meet the family? It was cautious but thorough. Orbited his home planet for about 60 Earth days. Didn't land themselves, but sent a fawn down as a test, a probe.
What was the mission?
Data collection. Electronic signals, photos, atmospheric readings, checking for radiation shields, magnetic fields. They were able to communicate with the inhabitants on a specific frequency.
Voice?
Possibly voice, yeah, with J-Rod potentially facilitating. Importantly, no harm came to the fawn. Suggests a cooperative or at least non-hostile reception, maybe even expected.
And wasn't just J-Rod's planet they checked out?
No, they explored several planets in that system, a broader survey, found 3 other planets with life.
3 more. Wow.
Yeah. 2 weren't spacefaring, described as having a crude lifestyle or just uninterested in space travel. Content on their own worlds.
Intelligent life that doesn't look up. That's a concept.
Isn't it? But 1 planet, hosted a totally different intelligent civilization. Land-living octopus-like creatures.
Octopus-like. On land.
That's the description. The fawn encountered them. They were nomadic, no buildings, no infrastructure observed. Communal, maybe less materialistic.
Were they hostile? Could they communicate?
Not hostile to the fawn, suggested intelligence, awareness, but unable or uninterested in communicating with our tech. Highlights the sheer variety of intelligent life possible beyond our assumptions, forces you to rethink what intelligence even means.
And Ben, this whole trip was the most sensational time of his life.
Yeah, felt out of this world, literally, despite all the intense training. Said he'd gladly do it again and again.
It says so much about the impact of these experiences, the human drive to explore.
Absolutely. Transcends any trauma, any weirdness, the allure of discovery, meeting other intelligences. It fulfills that deep curiosity at our core, ultimate awe, thirst for knowledge.
And remember, these Kronos crafts weren't just for one big mission each.
Right. The source stresses, Kronos 1, 2, 3, 4 were used for many missions. Kronos 1 was a major training craft for the mind interface.
It's just a much larger, ongoing, active, secret space program. Highly funded.
Extremely well funded.
Yeah.
And if Kronos 4 was from 2004, the source thinks Kronos 5 and 6 likely exist now. Continuous advancement, pushing further out.
So what does it mean that there are smart civilizations uninterested in space? Or ones we just can't talk to? And knowing we've visited another star system, met aliens, maybe took one home, how does that change your perception of humanity's reach, our potential?
It fundamentally redefines our place. From isolated planet dwellers to active, if secret, participants in a galactic community.
Okay, these revelations, Kronos, Future Earth, Pleiades trips, astounding. But the immediate question, how much is known outside these deep black programs? Does Congress know? Do we know anything close to this?
Connecting it to the bigger picture, it forces a critical reevaluation of official info, right, about our tech, government ops. These accounts suggest a vast hidden history operating completely outside normal oversight, a parallel reality where we're generations ahead of what's public.
With whistleblowers talking to Congress now about UAPs, pushing for transparency, how does that compare? Are they getting the full story or just a sanitized version?
According to Doty, only some within the government, and a very few in Congress, know the full scope. What's being discussed publicly, even by credible whistleblowers. It's still next level below what these accounts reveal.
So the public, even most of government, gets a redacted reality. A sliver.
Seems like it. The full picture, interstellar travel, living ships, time travel remains deeply buried, compartmentalized, hidden. A carefully managed disclosure, if it's disclosure at all.
Building Kronos 4. Living skin, mind control, interstellar travel, that sounds astronomically expensive, defies public understanding. Where does the money come from? Outside the public budget.
That's one of the most staggering questions, isn't it? How do you hide, what was it, $20, $25, even $36 trillion reportedly missing from the defense budget since 1990?
The number itself is hard to grasp.
Right. The implication, per the source, is that these missing, unaccounted for funds likely funneled straight into these black programs.
Requires a massive hidden network.
A complex web, defense contractors, covert agencies, an industrial-scale operation running outside public oversight, a shadow economy funding a shadow space program, designed to be impenetrable. The scale of the missing money reflects the scale of the operations.
How could that much just disappear for decades, with audits and oversight?
The sources imply a highly compartmentalized system. Parallel accounting, maybe off-book economies separate from official ledgers. Contractors shielded by layers of secrecy, NDAs. A system built to be invisible to conventional checks. The number of people involved sworn to silence. That's also key.
Any hints in public? Officials letting things slip?
There have been scattered statements. Viewed through this lens, they seem significant. 1994, a Lockheed guy, Ben Rich, reportedly claimed they already had craft capable of going to other worlds.
Wow, in 94.
Then 2010, a NASA employee at a convention reportedly said they had craft locked away that could travel to remote planets in a flash of light.
Often dismissed as conspiracy stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dismissed, misinterpreted, called eccentric, but they align remarkably well with Doty's accounts. As the source said, nobody believes it, nobody wants to believe it. That skepticism is the perfect cover, hiding in plain sight.
And then the ultimate statement. So bold. We can take ET home.
That phrase, from Doty, it summarizes the immense, almost unbelievable capabilities. We can take ET home, and we may have.
Not just visiting, but providing return trips.
Suggests not just our own interstellar ability, but the means to return alien visitors. solidifying a collaborative relationship, positioning humanity as an interstellar player. It completely overturns our usual view of ourselves. From observed to active participant implies reciprocity, trust, few would imagine.
So if our government, or parts of it, possess tech far beyond public knowledge, interstellar travel, understanding humanity's future, living spaceships,
Yep.
what are the implications for society, energy crises, environmental collapse, our identity?
It suggests solutions or insights into avoiding problems might already exist, hidden away, waiting.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible deep dive this has been. From nuclear bombs as cosmic invitations to humanity as robotic beings in spheres after Earth's destruction,
To mind-bending tech like that air-writing logic stick.
creating visible script from nothing, and our own secret voyages to the Pleiades. It pushes the boundaries of belief.
We've seen how first contact, sparked by destruction, can lead to unforeseen collaboration, pushing boundaries of engineering, perception, what it means to be human and survive.
The Chronos story, the future Earth glimpse, powerful reminders. The universe is far more complex, interconnected, full of wonders and challenges than we usually imagine. Challenges our assumptions about history, tech, everything.
It really does.
And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If that logic stick, the air-writing pen, defying physics is just one small artifact from our future, what else is out there? What other future marvels or past collaborations are waiting, maybe hidden in plain sight? How many answers we seek today are already known in secret?
It raises a big question for you, listening now. Given these accounts, the alien cooperation, mind interfaces, physics-defying tech, what aspects of human ingenuity, collaboration, or our vulnerabilities, our drive to survive? What will ultimately define our destiny out there?
What are we truly capable of if we embrace these possibilities, these hidden truths? How would knowing this, really knowing it, change how you live right now, the future you try to build?
Something incredibly profound to mull over.
Definitely. Thank you for joining us on this truly incredible deep dive. We'll be back soon with another stack of sources to unpack and another journey into the unknown.